So my grandfather's told me so many stories over the years. One other story that he told me that was just so fascinating was when he started selling costume jewelry in the Catskills. And he loved selling. He was a marketer. My grandfather could sell anything. He went up to the Catskills. He started selling at all the hotels. And back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, the Catskills were booming. But what he would do, he would open up his trunk, and in his trunk, he had all this costume jewelry, basically thousands of different pieces. And he had this Osamobile. It was a really dark blue, and the trunk was tremendous. He went to the hotels, and he would set up near the pool or outside of the hotel or in the hotel, and he would go with my grandmother, and he would go with my dad and my uncle, and they would start selling. He would tell me there would be hundreds of people by the pool and going up to people and saying, hey, jewelry sold here, and people would come by. It was just fascinating that, hey, it would work. And that's a true grassroots marketing campaign, going up to sunbathers and telling them, hey, you could buy a bracelet here or save it for Valentine's Day. So my grandfather started teaching my dad and my uncle about selling. And they learned the ropes from my grandfather, working very hard day and night. I remember from what my dad and from what my grandfather told me, there's this experience there and this bonding between my grandfather and my dad. They formed like this real true bond. You had a father-son relationship, but then you also had a business relationship. And I still remember my dad saying, wow, I sold so many socks today. Because in addition to jewelry, they also sold socks. But I, obviously, 30 years later, my dad and my grandfather telling me these stories, they really wanted to teach me a lesson in life that just keep going. If you did not make that sale or someone just didn't respond to you, keep going. Don't hinder on the very small little obstacles in life. Go around them. And that's what I do in my business, and that's work hard, but also don't hound a lot of these small things that may get in the way. And I think that's what life is all about.